Welcome to MojoPlays, and today we're taking a look at our list of the 10 best 2D Sonic games. We already did a list of the best 3D Sonic games, so go check that out if you haven't already, but how we haven't done a 2D version until now is beyond us, but that's besides the point. What's your favorite 2D Sonic game? Let us know down in the comments. Before we begin, we publish new videos all week long, so be sure to subscribe to MojoPlays and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos. Sonic Rush.
Get ready to be cool.
If you enjoyed any of the Sonic games that launched on the GBA, one of which we'll probably get to here in a sec, this was probably the successor to those games you were desperately craving for. Sonic Rush didn't do much with the DS's features, aside from using both the top and bottom screens. However, the focus was more towards providing an imaginative platformer that harkens back to the Blue Blur's days of old. And that focus was executed rather well here. Not only that, but you also had an entire second campaign to play through as the new character Blaze the Cat, who would become a series regular in the franchise moving forward. And if you needed more of this style of Sonic, the sequel, Sonic Rush Adventure, was equally exhilarating. Sonic Rivals. PSP users also got a taste of the Hedgehog speed with a couple of games of their own. Sonic Rivals aimed more towards players who wanted to compete with each other. Take control of your favorite Sonic character and go head to head as you race through a variety of courses. Despite a slightly lackluster single-player experience, hampered by rubber banding, the multiplayer mode is where all the enjoyment is, with fantastic visuals, sound, and a fun take on classic Sonic platforming. Sonic the Hedgehog Spinball. When talking about the Genesis classic, Sonic Spinball seems to get left behind quite often. Admittedly, the controls can take some getting used to, but once you get a grasp of it, Sonic Spinball opens up a massive door for you. Explore all 4 tables and uncover every secret to acquire the 7 Chaos Emeralds. Yes, it's on the shorter side, but for what it was, Sonic Spinball was like a delicious piece of candy. It's not meant to be a savory meal, but a quick and sugary snack. Sonic the Hedgehog. The original game starring the Blue Blur holds up surprisingly well today. Despite some folks arguing over its supposed abandonment of speed early in the game, Sonic the Hedgehog is still a joy to play again and again. Even with all of the obstacles and verticality obstructing you from going too fast, it is still satisfying to blast through tricky traps and enemies. Plus, the level of challenge is at a solid balance where not everything feels super unfair or too easy. Who knows? Maybe we're just a bit softer on it because that music is just so dang good. It almost alleviates whatever frustrations we feel in the moment. Sonic Battle. Oh, we'll get to one of the other Sonic GBA games in a bit, but Sonic Battle deserves some respect. This arena brawler was one of the coolest spin-offs in the franchise, and it was one of the coolest GBA games to play. Sure, you could duke it out with your friends for an hour or two, but you also had a pretty meaty campaign loaded with fights that saw you unlocking and learning more characters. And the music? It may not be anything like older Sonic games, but it still has one of the best soundtracks in Sonic the Hedgehog history. Sonic and Knuckles. Speaking of Sonic and awesome soundtracks, Sonic and Knuckles had excellent music, yet that was not the main draw of the game. No, it was to play as our hot-headed echidna boy. Of course, you could still play through the whole game as Sonic and, play it like any other Sonic game if you wanted to, but did you really want to? Why would you, when Knuckles can climb walls and somehow glide? Plus, the way this game unlocked even more content within Sonic 3 was incredibly creative and basically turned both games into completely different games. Sega certainly did what Nintendo didn't, and Sega also never did this sort of thing ever again with their cartridges. Sonic Advance 2. While the first Sonic Advance was such a thrilling title, this sequel proved to be the better package, even after the third game was released. Sonic Advance 2 simply took what made its predecessor work and refined it to an incredible degree. Better sprite animations, better controls, 5 playable characters with their own stories, expansive level design to cater to each character's abilities, and a higher difficulty to really put our skills to the test. And as with the best Sonic games, the music was superb in every sense of the word. How could any kid with a GBA want to skip out on this one?
Congratulations!
Sonic the Hedgehog CD. It's funny seeing modern games take an interest in time travel or hopping dimensions, because Sonic CD was kind of one of the first games to do it, and it did it well. By running through signs, players could explore alternate versions of a level, potentially accessing new areas and finding secrets. The trick to getting the best ending was finding the secret transporter and destroying it before finishing each level. Oh, but the coolest part about Sonic CD? It's the first game to feature Metal Sonic. And we gotta say, Metal Sonic is one of the coolest bosses in the franchise. And he only gets cooler from there. Sonic Mania. For a time, it seemed like Sega just couldn't get Sonic right. So why not pass it off to another developer? Well, they did, and what we got was this incredible return to form for Sonic. Sonic Mania basically took every aspect of the classic Sonic games and created this brilliant blend of ideas. The hidden areas, the bonus stages, the true focus on speed, the fun ways you could zip around the level, and even the different nods and references that paid respect to Sonic's history. It was all wrapped up in this beautiful pixelated package that blew almost every other Sonic game out of the water. Emphasis on almost every other Sonic game. Sonic the Hedgehog 2. To this day, Sonic 2 remains one of the best games in the franchise, and one of the best platformers to play, period. As we said with Sonic Mania, the bonus stages and level design were major contributors to how much fun folks had playing this game. It truly had that onion approach, where you could keep peeling away, finding new ways to play or new things to appreciate about it. It was bigger in scope and ambition, it was more creative in how you controlled Sonic and Tails, and it was more imaginative in its secret levels and challenges. If you haven't played Sonic 2 already, you need to absolutely drop whatever it is you're doing right now and go grab it. Go play it. You have no excuses. It's on modern platforms right now in different collections. Go play it.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, there's more where that came from.